Hello everybody, welcome to What the Flock. My name is Valerie Bott and I really appreciate you being here. This very extra special episode being filmed live from London, England, where I am currently on a very short little vacation, or holiday as I learned that they say it here, but I prefer vacation, but we won't tell them. So far I've just been here a really short time so far, so I haven't seen everything. But I did little walk-arounds and did like Trafalgar Square and saw the Thames and saw, some churches and beautiful things. It's been really fun, and I've already eaten too much. But I've been, as you know, in India the past couple weeks, and so I'm really excited to do this live because I miss interacting with y'all. So thank you for being here. Big thanks to David, Live to Fly Channel, Kurt, Lady Campion dropped by, Chad Freeman, James Griffin, Pookie Ann, Mr. Smith. Let's see who else we got. Edward Richard. Good to see you. Let's see. Did I say Sunshine? And Mateus. I saw Mateus's message, but I haven't. So Mateus and I put out a new song. I have heard it, not the mastered version yet, because I'm a little off with my time zones right now. But Mateus, I did walk by I don't know, it was like a Polish center for learning about Poland. That's not what it was called, but it was like that, and I took a picture of it because I thought of you. So, David says he's moving here, there, and everywhere. Wow. Okay, let's see who else we got here. Steve-O! Hello, let's rock the flock. I love that. Steve-O did an amazing interview yesterday with Chad Freeman and Steve and the other Steve. And that was so good. And I was so touched by seeing my actual rock and like the whole story behind it. And it was just the best thing. I love all the rocks she did. If you missed that, you really got to check it out because I forgot how many rocks there were, but it was like hundreds, maybe thousands. Scotty the Hottie, good to see you. I've really been having, I haven't taken a vacation like this in ever, and it's just been so much fun. So, Robbie says, your rock is beautiful. This is true. All right, David's about to go on his run, so good luck with that. Beware of bears. Andy Cal, great to see you. Okay. Right, it was really good interview. I learned a lot about Steve-O and all he does, and he definitely rocks. That is truth. So, before I begin, I just want to make sure everybody knows that I would love to hear how your week has been and what's been going on with you, and just good and bad, what's happening over there, what's happening on your side of the world, because I've been kind of in a upside down place, being it's about 12 hours difference from where I live to where I've been, and now I'm like at, I think, 7 hours. It's strange, this time zone thing. So, all right, so please help me out in this chat by letting me know what's going on so we can talk about it. Let's see, what else thing would I want to talk about? If I was smart, I would have been able to put up Mateus's song so we could watch it, but I honestly don't know how to do that right now. But Mateus, if you could put up the link to our song, and then people could go listen to it right now, that would be great. Also, Robbie's put up his link to his Sunday Sounds, so that's pretty awesome. So cool. So if hopefully you've been watching the past two What the Flocks, we had Blue Unicorn interview 2 weeks ago, and then we had my friend David Coyle last week, and some of that I was like, do I really talk about like this? It was I talk too much. We know this now. Since I'm here in the UK, I was trying to think about who I could have on the show for this week, and I had to do a little begging and pleading, but I have just, for you, only you, favorite 15 people of all time. A very, very special interview. Here's our new song, Mateus. But I've got, an Anon Mouse. Oh, no, this is important. I'm going to say this. Live to Fly channel should never reschedule the Sunday run because that is the most important thing. And I'm very proud of him for doing that. He's got great consistency. And he honestly does listen to the whole thing, even if he's not chatting. So if you start talking about him, he will respond. He'll have to stop, but he will respond. Blue Unicorn, I was talking about you because I was saying we did the interview 2 weeks ago. We did the interview with David Coyle. And so who could I have left? It's the one. It's the only. Let's show you. Can I click the button? No, that's a lot of buttons. Here we go. Welcome, Mr. Smith. That's right. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
You're welcome. It's lovely to be here. It's great. I'm good. Yeah, everything's cool. Thanks.
Okay, this is awesome. I did not think that I could land this, but here we are. And so I have a few questions for Mr. Smith, but if you have some questions, please put them in the chat too, so that we can have a good conversation. Also want to say shout out to Preston Smith is here. So Preston Smith and Mr. Smith.
Hey, Preston.
Okay, so I guess I'd seen Mr. Smith, I think, in Hippie's chat before, but the first time I really noticed Mr. Smith was when I got an email and he was like, "Oh, hey, we're doing a stealth collab, and do you mind?" And I was like, "I don't know what that is." "Sure, go ahead." And then he's like, "Here it is." And he took my song and he put on guitar and bass and drums and little hand claps. That's my favorite part. He put it all together and it made a really cool, so it's the Sweet Sweet Time video. And it was, it blew me away. And I was like, I can't believe you did this. And so that was the first stealth collaboration that I saw of his. But it wasn't the first one he did. So how did you get started with stealth collaborations?
Ooh, so you might have heard of Trey Xavier. He used to be called Gear Gods, but at the time, he's changed since to Trey Xavier. Mm-hmm. And when he was Gear Gods, in the chat, I heard a track by a guy called Captain Crush. And I redid it and put some drums on it. And then I came across, that was the first time I'd sort of worked with anybody, and then I came across the one and only Millennial Animal.
Woo! Big ups to Millennial Animal.
Yeah, the guy's a genius.
Yes.
And he what was the song called? Stuck on Caps. Just beautiful. He had a recording that he sent into Trey that he just did with his phone.
Oh, wow.
And it was just such a good song.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Mm-hmm. So good.
Mm-hmm. I do know, his song is really good.
And that was what kicked it off. I just thought this needs a band. So I put a band around it. And that's what started the stealth collabs. So they're all really down to Millennial Animal, technically. I don't know whether he knows that, but they are. And then after that was yourself.
Oh, I didn't know it was that early.
Yeah. And then I've done.
So when did you? I thought you did one with Pete Johns. Was that?
Oh, was it Pete Johns first, and then
Pete
you?
Johns, yeah.
I thought it was you, then Pete Johns.
Well, I don't know which one was first, but I remember both happened.
But is that 2 years ago? Is it a year ago or 18 months?
Yeah, it's been close to 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 18 months.
I can't even remember how many I've done off the top of my head. I can't remember, but they've all been so enjoyable, just really enjoyable for me. An opportunity to just get involved in music that I like without consent.
Okay, well that sounded creepy, but otherwise, but I understand your point.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth. Sort of like a gate crasher, but more a music crasher, really. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been good fun, and it's a challenge because they're all without click tracks. So all of the things that have been done are just things that have been presented by people such as yourself.
That part really, I was the most surprised by, because mine was the Sweet Sweet Time song, which I just did. I didn't think about anyone would ever do. Really, I'm surprised anyone listens to it. So I don't think anything past like, I'm gonna make a song, and so I just played. And I don't know, I don't have the best rhythm, so I was really blown away by your ability to keep up with it, especially that song, because I kind of slow down in a part, and then I like take a long ass break, and I'm a little over dramatic about it. So
That's YouTube.
Yeah. So I was really impressed that you were able to make that into such a good song and make it seem like I had rhythm.
Well,
that was amazing.
Thanks. It's to be honest, it was the result of being, when you're a drummer, you spend an awful lot of time looking at the back of people's heads. So all I see in the band is the back of the bass player's head, the back of the singer's head, the back of the guitarist's head, or maybe the back of his elbow. And over time, I've had to learn to take cues from those little bits of body language that went on. And that's really where it lies. I spend most of my time as a drummer listening to other people to try and keep it all in check.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm in the studio and I'm recording, I tend to work to click tracks, but live, that goes out to the window. It kind of, it's about being able to read body language, really.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm really honest, it's about body language, and then there's repetition. I probably listened to the track about 30 times before I recorded the parts.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Well, it just became
That helped my views so much. That's like all the normal views I ever get.
Well, it just becomes, I don't have to think about it. So usually what I do is I'll find the track, I'll listen to it 10 or 20 times one day, I'll listen to it maybe 10 the next day, and then I'll immediately go in and record it. And I know what to expect, I know where the pushes and pulls are, and how somebody's working, really. But it does take, it takes 30 listens, if I'm really honest.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just come fresh off the bat.
I feel that.
It's slightly different when you're live and you're reading it, but with the stealth collabs, it takes a little bit more work, But it's really enjoyable. It's not work, is it? This is all fun, isn't it?
Well, and that's it is pretty fun. Some of my favorites, I really enjoy the one you did with Folk and Blueser with Al. That was the Elizabethtown Ramada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
And then I also liked the Mr. Smith and Mr. Smith. I don't know the other Mr. Smith. Is his name Gray?
That was an unusual one. I actually got sent that track. Megan, if you've heard of her, Megan found that track. She sent it to me, and that was probably I think it sat in the folder for about 6 months before I got around to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was straight away. It was just a class track. And I've been in touch with Gray as well, and he's a nice guy. He was really pleased with it, and I think he's up for doing more. We've just we've not communicated very easily, because I couldn't get to his email, and I've left a message on SoundCloud and he didn't pick it up. It's just been a bit of a disaster.
That's worse than contacting me.
So I managed to get the track to work, and he even missed the premiere. I mean, I messaged him and he didn't even know. He logged into YouTube the day after the premiere.
How funny.
So
well, I bet he loved it, because that was a really good song.
Well, he said he enjoyed it, and one of the things was he usually works with a band, but that particular song, the band that he was working with had split up or disbanded or something, and he never got a chance to hear that song with a band. So for him, he said it was a nice surprise to hear it like that, because he'd never had the opportunity.
Oh, fun.
Quite cool.
Well, I'm excited for your next stealth collaboration. I want to come back to the chat for just a second, because I saw... Where'd we go? I saw some new people showing up. I saw Karen Reese, and I saw... Where'd you go, Karen? Oh, there you are. Well, this is not the one you said hello. But hello, Karen. Close enough. This made me think. Edward Richards' drum things made me think about... I saw on the Steve-O's thing that Steve-O's Rock for You. So it says Mr. Smith on one side, and then the back is like a whole painting of your drum set. With all that was awesome. I don't know if you got to see that. That was so
cool.
Good.
I did. It was really cool. And I'm a bit honoured, really, to be
right. That's what I totally feel that.
Yeah, it feels like something special to be part of the rock garden, you know, and especially to have. He took the time to paint a drum kit,
and it's really well done. I
Yeah.
mean, he's quite the artist.
Yeah, it looks lovely. I mean, they were all great. There were some really cool.
There were a
ones
lot
in
of
there.
good ones. I love the alligator. There were really quite a few like just priceless ones.
I do like the fact that you're one of the OG rocks as well.
Okay, I appreciate that you noticed that because I was like, I didn't realize how maybe it was like the 5th or 6th rock he did, and I didn't understand that. I was like, what's happening? Because and that just blew me away. What a sweet.
The whole idea is really cool, isn't it?
The whole idea is awesome, and super great for like our community, I think. So I do want to give best wishes to Blue, saying he's been feeling under the weather. I'm sorry about that. I also want to shout out everybody who contributed to the Blue Unicorn Guitar Fund, because if you didn't notice, he got his brand new guitar, which is a beautiful Yamaha classical guitar, and he played it a few days ago on his at his open mic. And so thanks so much to everybody who donated to that and donated, bought t-shirts, Justine, and it's just amazing, and I'm really proud of Blue and excited for everything he's going to do with his awesome new guitar.
Yeah, it was lovely to see YouTube come together like that, the community, and help out with Blue. Mm-hmm. Pretty awesome, to be honest.
Sunshine said that she wanted to visit London when she was in Paris, but it didn't work out. Well, I would love to visit Paris, so maybe that's my next trip, because that would be awesome. Okay. So
I've got to say hello to everybody in the chat as well.
Please do. Please do.
So just hello to James and Paul Vol and Michael Songs and Maria and Sunshine and Pookie and Blue and Edward and James. Really good to see you all there. It's great. Well done for being part of the flock as well.
Right. This is awesome. I really appreciate all of you. Preston, this is great. Preston says his cat is doing way better today, which is great to hear. I did see he posted a photo on Facebook, and it just looked like he was struggling so bad. So I'm so glad to hear that. I hope he continues feeling better. We've got Adam Burse in the house. I missed Adam Burse in London by one day, y'all.
No.
I'm just saying. This could have been. I guess I could do this anyway, but we could have hung out. Oh, and I was thinking about you, Adam, because the hotel I'm staying at is on Adam Street. That's right.
No way.
Adam. Yeah. How funny is that? I was like, look, I took a picture of it, but I still haven't sent it to Adam.
Adam's here. He's
just here. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I am here on Adam Street. So I started talking and then I lost the chat. But Pole Vault, I hope you feel better too.
Adam
Glad
says, I think I missed you, Valerie, by a day, as I was in London on Thursday in Camden watching All for Metal. Hope you're enjoying your trip.
Ooh. And I want to say hi to Michael Songs. I missed you. And
I've been enjoying Michael's streams lately.
Right. Oh, and I also loved Michael's rock. Because it's like a torso, and it's got his like fancy vest.
Yeah. And
it just looks super classy like Michael is. So I really I thought that was just adorable.
And Maria with the technical skills as well.
And I loved that the rock it said Michael Songs and Maria on it, which I just thought was really, really adorable.
Yeah. And
she really does so much work for that. The behind the scenes, getting that to, because it's so professional level what you guys are doing. Hello, Daniel. It's good to see you, Marsh Rabbits. I'm sorry if I missed anybody.
Marsh Rabbits. That's a name I've not seen for a long time.
Oh yeah. Hey, we hang.
Hi, Marsh. Wherever you are.
I think he's in Louisiana.
Cool.
So I don't think you missed anything. We really just started. The deal for real. It's good to see you. Oh, Maria, great. I'm so glad you're here too. I'm a little far behind in the chat because I'm slow. Mark's gas station, great to see you.
Hi, Mark.
Oh yeah, Maria said that she loves the rock too. It's just the best thing, right? Karen's like, very cool rock collection. James says Mr. Smith is a great drummer, and Neil Peart is also one of my favorites. Very nice. Is that your favorite drummer, Mr. Smith?
Yeah, by a million miles.
Mm-hmm.
Technically taught me to play. Took his CDs 4 nights a week into my friend's church. He was a priest, and he gave me the keys to the church, because when you're a drummer, you're a child from hell. As you can imagine. Who wants a kid that's a drummer? Nobody does. Nobody. So he gave me the keys to his church, and he let me go in with my drum kit and my Neil Peart Rush CDs, and I chased his coattails for 2 years and still never caught them.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I think you're pretty awesome. So if you, so Mr. Smith drumming has live drum streams. It had been doing some live drum streams. Hopefully those are going to come back really soon, I hope. Because those were really good.
They will be. Okay, yes, they are coming back very soon.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I won't commit to an exact date, but very, very, very soon. Although they're going to be slightly different. I have something new coming up that I have mentioned and even put out a trailer for. So I put out a trailer for it, didn't I? And then the whole thing crashed and burned. I wasn't able to pull it off. But the stream is going to be called 4Q.
Cheeky.
Well, you know, it's nice to be able to say 4Q on YouTube sometimes.
So he's saying the number 4 and the letter Q. Just to be sure, just in case any children are listening.
Yeah, it is. It is that. But it's 4 questions from the YouTube community. So every stream will feature 4 questions and then a bit of drums. Maybe 3 tracks or something. Usually 1 song from the community and then a couple of other things that I'm working on. But it's an opportunity for, I'd really like for people in the community who are not musical. So all the people that are in the chats that support the community regularly, all the members of the channels and stuff who don't play an instrument, but without them we couldn't have this. Let's be honest, yeah. Who wants to stream to nobody, you know? So all those people, I'd like those people to be sending the questions in. Musicians don't need to know. They already know. And if they don't know, they're probably just too lazy to find out. So it'd be nice to get questions off people who are non-musical, and that way I can put up their name in lights. So for example, Pookie Ann is one of, I've noticed in your streams that Pookie is a real supporter of your channel.
You are not lying.
In lots of ways. There's lots of memberships been given by Pookie. Just really generous spirit, basically.
Totally true.
And I would like to see Pookie's name up in lights behind me on a stream. So that's really where it's at. I've got the first one lined up with the first 4 questions, and when that goes out, then I'll be asking specifically for questions from non-musical people, and the stream will run from there. Yeah.
Well, I also like that if for people who are new to drums and interested, I saw that you did some beginning drum stream kind of things. Like, what did you call it? But it's just real starting off at a very basic level. What inspired you to do that?
Falcrow.
Oh, awesome!
It was the Falcrow. Yeah, he'd been a follower of my channel for a while, and we all know the Falcrow, don't we?
We all know the Falcrow.
And I've been watching his streams for ages. And he bought a small electronic drum kit.
Oh.
Like a tabletop one. Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're really good. Yamaha D55, I think it's called. 7 pads, 2 little pedals, and he didn't know where to start. And I just had the idea that it'd be nice to put out a drum lesson for somebody who knows absolutely nothing at all.
That would be me.
So if anybody, Maria, do I count as non-musical? Sorry, I promise I suck at making music, and I'm simply in awe of people who can make music. Maria, go to the top of the list. Yes, you can have a question anytime you want, Maria. No problem. But yeah, back to the Falcro. I just thought it'd be nice to put out a video. You can go on YouTube and you can look at videos about how to learn to play the drums. But if I'm really honest, they all start with a drum kit, and that's not where drums is at, really. The first place it's at is feel. Yeah, stealth collabs. It's about feel. And the second, it's about separation of your limbs. So you just need independence.
Right. That part is, I think, the part that would be hardest for me. It's not just being like drum, drum, drum. I don't think that's how that works.
Not really. So the first lesson is just about being able to separate your arms and your legs, basically. Yeah, and anybody at all should be able to go and look at that drum lesson. And I promise you, if you spend 10 to 15 minutes every day doing that drum lesson, by the end of that month, you will be able to play what I showed you on. So after the first lesson, the second video that came out was called The First Lesson in a Musical Context. Yeah. So if you follow the first one, you should be able to play the second one.
Well,
So-
I can't wait for the third one, and then I'm gonna just be like I'll be drumming it up. So let me know anybody who is working on the drum stream. Try that out. That's pretty fun.
I know Falcro's been doing it regularly.
Oh, I love that.
He said he committed to it and it's really helping him.
That is great.
Paul Volts just said, I have the rhythm of somebody falling down a flight of stairs.
That's too funny. I want to say, Paul Vault, I hope you feel better soon. Saw that you weren't feeling very well. Hello to Catherine Wellman Danforth. Good to see you, Lauren and Kathy. Hope you're doing well. Let's see who. Annabelle Atwood. It was good to see you. I don't think I shouted you out. Adam said that he's been on a bit of a breather from uploading and popping up in live streams when he can. And he's looking to be back at the end of the month. That's great. Adam's got some great, especially like his, what do you call those? Adam, tell me what they're called. But it's like he has another stream and he puts out a cover, he does the guitar part for a song. And it's kind of a contest-like thing. And he just almost always gets chosen to be played because he's really good at it and they're really solid.
I believe they're called the Swola.
Yeah, the Swola. That's totally what it is.
And that's Ola England.
Oh, right. Yeah, I did check that out once after he was telling me about it, and I was very confused. But yeah.
Well, I think
it's really good stuff.
I'm pretty certain, 99% certain, that Ola England runs Solar guitars. He's an actual guitar manufacturer that plays as well.
Oh, it's a guitar manufacturer. I missed that part.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe I didn't understand.
Yeah, and if anybody wanted to get involved with that, I think Ola puts out drum and bass tracks, sort of, and you can play along with them. So he puts out a track, and then you put in your parts and send it in. And if he likes it, he plays it on the string, pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Adam always
gets
in there.
picked every time he does one. We're like, yes, this is what we want.
Yep.
Yeah, every time.
In fact, a question. Adam, do you have a solar guitar?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see if he's still around, because that is a good question.
Because I haven't actually looked. I've seen Adam with lots and lots of guitars.
Yeah. I don't know if he's Hugh level, but he's got a lot of guitars. Some of y'all people have got a lot.
Yeah, well, I've not looked to see if he's got a solar. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I think I've seen a Chapman. Is it a Chapman that I've seen him play? Maybe. I don't know. He's in the chat, isn't he? LCDs. Right, okay. Alright. So at some point, I presume Adam may invest in a solar guitar. It wouldn't surprise me.
That'd be really fun. Andy Calson, his lessons helped me on GarageBand. Okay. My limbs are very close together and they don't like to be separated, says Mateus. Oh, I love it. Maria's going to learn how to play drums. That'd be fun. Charlie Gabalden, great to see you. And let's see. Yeah, I love it. Adam says Adam is very creative. That's really true. Because that's the thing too, like to come up with different ones every week.
Well, he's quite prolific as well, Adam, isn't he?
It really is.
There's a lot of content from him.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Preston says it's also a good group of people in Ola's chats, and most people are there weekly. So that's like, if you're interested, that'd be a good place to hang out. Kinger's Music, good to see you, Rob. I hope you're doing well. Oh, see, Lauren says that pole vault, maybe I'm a musician, I fall downstairs all the time. That'll crack me up. Let's see.
So Adam says the prices of Ola's guitars are quite expensive. So maybe.
So Preston Smith is yet to try Ola's riff challenges. Oh, I hope you do. Oh, Chad Freeman says that he has a punk show coming up Saturday, and a week after is a playlist made up of the Rock Garden artists. That's a great idea, Chad. That's awesome.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah. That was a really fun show to watch.
And Maria said about learning to play drums. Maria, honestly, if you stick with it and do the lessons, honestly, you'll be able to. The second lesson is going to show everybody how to play the most used and iconic drum beat ever to be put out in recorded music. More songs have been put out with this drum beat than any other on the planet. It's the most simple drum beat you can play, and if you do what I show you in the next lesson, after a month you will be able to play that drum line.
I love that.
So you would be able to play countless hits off the radio, basically. Because what I want to do with these drum things is to give people not a fast track into it, but an easier track into it. You know.
So I like Mateus brings up, it would be awesome if Mr. Smith did something like a Swola challenge for the community with one of your drum tracks, and that made me think of your free drum tracks that you have out. Tell us a little bit about what you did there.
Okay. So quite often people struggle with drums when they're recording or trying to produce music. It's very difficult, and you often cannot get a live drummer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm often like starting with like the GarageBand or Logic auto drummer, and you know.
Yeah, and well, it was a way of giving people an opportunity to have. So one of the problems is that you can use these drum loops that are supposed to be free, but if you try to use them in a commercial sense, they're not free. Right. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes just things like that can get content ID claims if not really correctly, but will get them sometimes.
Well, the free drum was a way around that. It was a way of giving people a real drummer doing mixed drum tracks that you can use for free, and you can do whatever you want with them in any kind of project. You can cut them up. If you do want to contact me, I can send you the stems, or you can just have the loops if you want. And it was basically just a way of helping people get real drums on their music.
That's awesome.
So I've been a bit lazy with it, if I'm really honest. I haven't uploaded a free drum in many moons.
Well, but there's several of them up there.
Yes. Yeah, there might be 7, 8, something like that. All different genres.
That's a lot, really, for work on those 7 or 8, y'all, and let's see what we come up with, and let's pretend it's a Mr. Smith challenge. So I challenge you to use Mr. Smith's free drum tracks and make a song and show it to us, and we could play them on here if you want. So, yeah.
Adam's just said nice. So Adam, the very first, so I'm going to give a shout out to somebody that we don't know in these chats. A shout out to Rezo from Trey's stream.
Yeah.
I think Rezo's actually been in your chat at one point.
I've seen him either there or maybe on Andrew Jackson or Audio Bros. I feel like I've seen him around.
It'll be Andrew Jackson or Audio Bros. It will be. But the first one I did, it was Rezo that actually gave me the idea, because he wanted a drum track for something, and he was struggling with drum tracks, and we were talking in a voice chat on Discord one night, and at the end of the chat I thought, I'll just send him a drum track and see what he does. He wanted drum tracks to work with for ideas. He's a particular fan of double kick drums, is Rezo.
Okay.
So I did him a drum track with a load of double kicks in, kind of metal styly, if you like, whatever that means. And Adam might really like that drum track to work to. So if you fancy going back and having a look at the first free drum that I put up, Adam, and if you do any guitar with it, do me a favour, send it through to me and I'll drop a bass line on what you've done.
Wow. Well, then you bring up another thing is that Mr. Smith is not just a drummer. He is not just a bassist. He plays guitar. He sings. I think you're an incredible singer, honestly. And you're writing songs. Is there anything? What else do you do? Am I missing anything?
I'm a bricklayer in my spare time, and I like to bake my own pizzas. I made that up. No, do I do anything else? 15th Bend says apparently I play the hurdy-gurdy.
Oh, the hurdy-gurdy. First, gonna Google that.
I have played one.
Oh, okay. Like,
but I don't own one. I don't own it. Somebody's complaining, they're saying that they can't tag Mr. Smith in the chat. I don't know.
I'm not really sure, but I did I did put the link up for your channel, so if you haven't already subscribed, please do. But yeah, I don't know how tagging works.
No, me neither.
I don't know how YouTube works.
But yeah, is there anything else to do? I know my way around the keyboard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and basically just anything, banjos, mandolins, ukuleles, just anything. If you put an instrument in front of me, usually I'll get some kind of tune out of it. I was once at a friend of mine's, Tony, I hope you're alright, buddy. It'd be really good to see you again. I used to be in a band with this guy called Tony, and I was around at his house one day, and Tony's got a lot of instruments. He had a baby grand in his front room, a lot of instruments, some nice basses. He's got a small collection of very nice basses, and we were having a coffee and chatting about stuff, and we were having this conversation that I play a lot of instruments, and he said to me, you could probably get a tune out of that thing over there, couldn't you? And I looked, I said, well, yeah, probably. And I picked it up, and it's just this long metal rod. So I picked it up, I started blowing down the end of it, and he said, that's my fishing rod.
That was not where I thought that was going to go.
And I was already playing a tune.
So Mr. Smith can play anything, apparently. Anything. Even a fishing rod. That's hysterical. Kinger's Music said that he's looking at making another kit guitar, because he'd made an Explorer and he really liked how that turned out. That's pretty exciting. What kind of you play guitar? What kind of guitar man are you? You like a Strat man or a SG? What's your thing? Okay, not Strat. My bad.
No, it's broader than that. So if I'm really honest, it might surprise people, but I don't care about musical instruments. I consider them to be tools in a toolbox. So let's have a look at this. Right, what's this? Okay. So I got a takeaway earlier on.
Oh yeah.
And I've got some salt and pepper stuff here. Right, so
literally, guys, he's playing salt and pepper.
Just a bag of salt and pepper. Yeah. But if you, let's see if I can. It's a musical instrument.
That's pretty funny.
It doesn't matter. Anything in the world's a musical instrument. Doesn't, I don't think about them like that. I don't covet them at all. I'd probably, you'd struggle to take my drums off me, but anything else, not really. It doesn't matter. It's a tool. It's just a tool.
Do you have like particular drum brand that you
Yes.
like?
Pearl. I've been a Pearl man all my life. I'll never change. Although I've been watching a lot of Craig Reynolds recently, drummer from Stray from the Path. Quite a heavy band. And he plays a Tama kit, and it's just beautiful. It sounds amazing, and I would be tempted by a shell pack, a Tama shell pack. But I don't think I'll ever do it, to be honest. I'll stick with Pearl.
Well, you know, if it's working for you, if it's working, you know, it's good. I wanted to shout out Russ8889 is in the chat, and he said, I'm going to guess this is what the flock Valerie is in my hometown. I'm assuming that's what your WTF means, Russ. But yeah, here I am, and I was like, I'm going to see Russ, and Russ is in America.
Yeah.
So good job, us.
Well done, Ross.
But, you know, with the power of the internet, we can all always be together. So, I like Steve-O says he can't beat Mr. Smith's rock. It's really true. It was really good rock. And it's
cool.
punny because it was drums on there.
Yeah. I've got to say hello to Many Vibes. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I meant to say that too. I posted her up. But
Really good to see you.
Good to see you. And Many Vibes says he is Batman. Which you do kind of look like Batman. Yeah. It's not a lie. Polbot said, I thought Mr. Smith was James Bond. Could be. I don't know. So, where did it go? I'm a little slow. Andy Cowell asks if you want to share, if you're a professional musician or if you want to share your occupation at all.
Am I? Would I? So, I don't know what to say to that.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, when people ask me what I'm doing, I'm like, okay, this is a long story.
Oh, okay, so Chad Freeman thinks I'm James Bond.
Yeah.
Jade Starr thinks I'm a serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I prefer to let people make up their own minds. You know, I think you can all decide for yourselves. You know, make it up. It's more interesting that way.
That's true. So you did say that you're a bricklayer. So Sunshine says bricklayer and pizza maker.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
That's a good one. So, oh yeah, here we go. Maybe James Bond is a bricklayer and pizza maker. Who would know? That's right.
Haberdasher.
Oh, a haberdasher.
Nice one, Kinga. Oh, and I'm also Banksy as well.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's pretty
Banksy.
impressive to be Banksy. I've always wondered who Banksy was. Good to see you, guy with no subs for a reason. Let's see.
Has the guy with no subs for a reason now got subs?
He does, but when he has the guy who wants subs, like he has two channels, and the other one is like the guy who wants all the subs. I forget exactly what it is, and that one doesn't have it. But the one for no reason has a bunch, which is very human nature, I think.
Maria says I work at a takeout place with those skills, with the
Right?
with the spice skills.
That's right. Everybody's got the dried pepper out as a maraca. We're all making some.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Vault says on my last song I used a bean pod and a piece of bamboo.
Well, pole vault, I know exactly what you mean. I've been in the studio, and at times I've been banging on a door with a pair of slippers to get a sound. You know, anything goes, doesn't it? You know, hitting a pillow with a tennis racket, whatever it takes. It doesn't.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Okay, I suck. Russ says he's back in London. Why did I think you were still there? Okay, well, we might have a part 2 of this, y'all.
Russ, she knew all along. She knew.
No, that's pretty exciting. So right now, Russ, I am in, I think, just central London. London's big, y'all. I didn't quite understand how big it is. Sunshine says, my last song, I was banging a metal pole with a hammer in some of the song. That's awesome.
Many Vibes just says he doesn't play blues though.
He doesn't play blues. What's your issue with blues?
It gives me the blues,
Oh, well, that makes sense.
and it's just basically that it's a lot of moaning My baby left me, my dog left me, my wife left me, I've got no money, it's raining, everything's rubbish. It's just miserable music. And it's miserable music with only 3 chords.
Right, right.
So it's pretty limited in my experience. I can appreciate a good blues guitar solo or a good blues band, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not go-to music. Although, many vibes, I have to tell you, and everybody else, that I've written a blues song.
Is this recent? Has it come out? Did I miss it? What happened?
I've not released it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a demo recording of it, and I will be recording it properly and releasing it. It's called The Contradictory Blues.
Oh, I like that title. That made Mini Vibes gasp. I never. I'd also like to point out, Steve-O says you could lay your own bricks to build a pizza oven. Genius, Steve-O.
Come on. That's
Andy
class.
Cal's like, you're a musician. Not fooling me. Chad is still stuck on. He is definitely Daniel Craig.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Oh, I like Many Vibes. He doesn't play blues, so he can't really be a king. I love you, Many Vibes. Oh, so Chad says he's talking in code. Bricklayer is referring to his movie Layer Cake.
I like it, Chad.
So he's trying to throw us off the royal path. This is true. Maria says that Michael's songs has scraped a brick on a cardboard box for a track.
I love it.
That's really smart. I love that.
Yeah.
And Annabelle Atwood put some flowers. That's awesome. Charlie says, what, he doesn't like blues? He must not be married. Charlie's always good about that.
Nice one, Charlie.
So Robbie Stingle also got a rock. His was awesome. And those were just the best.
Oh, you've got to have Robbie have a rock. That's great.
I love Kinger says, I just like hearing a Brit say haberdasher. So one more time.
A haberdasher.
Oh. It is better than when he says it than when I'm like, haberdasher. Okay, so Sunshine says, is the contradictory blues where you get everything back? You get your wife back and your dog back and your house back? Is that what's happening?
You're on the right lines.
Okay. Andy Cal likes it too. That's a good one. Yeah, everyone's getting a brick on a cardboard box. Everyone's ordering pizza right now. So they're dining this cardboard box. Thank you everybody for joining us. We got 32 in the chat right now, and that's amazing.
Cool.
Especially for a early Sunday morning. Haha, it's late here, guys. It's almost 7. Because time is weird. Russ S. So what about the whittling? How is that going? Are you a whittler? Is whittling woodwork? What the fuck is whittling? Is that a British word or is that something else?
Whittling is it's with wood, isn't it? With a knife.
Okay. That is
I'm still.
But sometimes they're different words.
I'm still whittling, Russ. I whittle about 24 sticks a month, roughly at the moment.
Are you whittling your own drumsticks?
No, I turn 24 drumsticks into splinters every month.
Oh, that's like anti-whittling. That's a de-whittling. Okay. Bricks plus cardboard equals pizza or musical genius. I think it's smart. Everyone likes to type whittling. And he's like, it's just carving, and which is true. Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Well, I'll just do this for him. Haberdashery.
It sounds so fancy when British people talk. It's the opposite of me. Okay, so let's see. We talked about your live drummer streams and your 4Q. I feel like I had another question for you. I guess what's next for Mr. Smith?
Ooh, the world.
It's the only thing left to conquer.
This is it. Yeah. What is next for me? Well, the first thing is going to be the 4Q streams, basically. And I've got my blues track that is going to come out soon. And I've got another couple of new tracks that'll be coming out. But yeah, the 4Q is what I'm going to focus on. But I am going to do some more live practice streams as well. Just Maybe incorporating bits of lessons into it, maybe not. Maybe just a bit of a hang and a bit of a mess around. And maybe just give people a bit more of an insight into drums rather than presenting music. You know?
I feel like this is a hang and a mess around. I'm going to call it that now, because those are both good words. I'm enjoying this mess around. Russ says that haberdasher doesn't sound so fancy in his accent.
What? You mean haberdasher? What, haberdashery? Is that what it is, Russ? What do you mean, mate? Learn to talk proper, innit? You know?
Okay, I think you got him. I think that was right. I feel like Russ is in the room right now. All right, Russ, what you got to say about that? Yeah, 4Q for all the kids. It's pretty fun. I like that 4Q idea. That'd be good on shirts. Who wants a Mr. Smith 4Q shirt? Me.
Interesting.
Andy Cal says, just don't be a wanker. And I don't know where that
Don't
came
be a
from.
wanker. No,
But I would like to hear you say that.
Yeah, Andy,
I was gonna say.
it's wanker.
Oh, so Adam says I'm probably closer to Russ on that one. So Adam, I think, is from Wales. Do you have a Welsh accent you'd like to do as well?
I'm not committing to that one on camera just yet. I'd have to practice that a little bit. I'd have to practice that.
Russ just says bollocks. I think it is just, the correct response. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Maria's up for t-shirt.
Yep.
So
okay.
You've already sold 2.
Okay. Right. Cool.
Oh, okay. Adam says he is born and bred in England. Okay. What do I think? Oh, do you live in Wales now? And I don't even understand. UK is confusing to me. Let's see. Andy Cal says Lincolnshire accent.
Aye. Because like is not the nose.
Adam says he lived in Wales since he was 18, so he doesn't have a Welsh accent. Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, because it really is like where you were as a child. Michael Song says he doesn't wear words or pictures on his clothing, but I know Maria would. So what about a tie? I'm just saying, like, you're pretty fancy, Michael. A tie with tiny little drums on it.
I don't think.
How do we make this, y'all? I don't even know. Is there a tie distributor we can get on this?
Would we not be lowering Michael's standards by having 4Q on his clothing?
No, it would have little drums.
Oh, okay. All right.
It would just be a Mr. Smith tie and just have tiny little drums.
Ooh. So
high fashion. Fashion designer now.
Didn't you help Blue Unicorn to do some t-shirts?
We have a Blue Unicorn fan club on my website, and then you can order t-shirt, hoodie, a mug that says Blue Unicorn, a hat. Midnight Bandit got the hat, and I feel like there's one other thing. We did make a few hand printed t-shirts that Blue Unicorn came up to my studio and we printed some. So there's a couple of those still left over, but the better ones are the ones that are professionally made. And so if you do buy any of those, then all that proceeds do go to Blue, but not his guitar fund because he bought a guitar. So now it goes to, I think, either his weed fund or gas money fund, or I don't know, finding a better container to hold giant spiders fund.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was fantastic. And it was always going to happen, wasn't it? When the spider leapt out of the glass when he put it to us. It was going to happen.
You couldn't make that happen if you tried. Okay, so here's the link to Blue Unicorn merch if you're interested. So Maria says, this is a good one, that she used to make merch for the band she used to manage. We had the cutest thongs, which I'm assuming she means underwear because we're American, but it could be flip-flops, which is what it is. And I've noticed there's a lot of words that mean completely different things, whether you're in the States or in UK. And I find that confusing. Do you find it confusing being in chats with so many Americans and you're like, what the hell are they talking about?
Not very often, because I've read a lot of American novelists coming up. You know, I know what stucco is. You know, it's just...
Do you not have stucco here?
No. And sheetrock. You call it sheetrock. We don't call it sheetrock.
Okay.
We call it plasterboard.
Okay.
You know,
I can see that.
There's loads of, you call
that makes
it
sense.
You call it a fender, we call it a bumper, you call it a hood, we call it a bonnet.
Well, that one's stupid.
We call
hood is better than bonnet. Let's vote.
We say boot, you say trunk. So
because boot is a shoe. This is a boot. This is a boot.
No, the boot's at the back of the car where you keep the bodies. Oh.
So Michael is all in for a tiny drum tie.
Ooh, excellent.
So I think we should go for that.
Excellent. Hello, DOA as well. Good to see you.
Oh no, DOA's here. This is awesome. I'm a little behind. I'm still at 4 minutes behind. Adam says that he sounds more like a Londoner than he used to with the softening of his original accent. I've heard a lot of different British accents while here. It's not like they're not all the same.
No.
It's yeah. Let's see.
Adam's comment. I think the funniest one was confusing Nikki or Laurie with what a coach was. I had to say a fancy bus. So a coach in America is a guy that trains a football team, runs a football team. Over here, you get on a coach to go for a trip.
Oh, Anonmouse says that's a cowboy Wellington.
Quality.
Okay. I'm definitely, Russ has put out, check out Denmark Street in London, and this is on my list of things to do. Hopefully I'm going to do it tomorrow. But yeah, that's like the street that has like a ton of different guitar stores all up and down it. All these famous guitar stores. So cool. I'm really excited. That's a good one. I'm glad you reminded me about that, Russ. Mini Vibes, if you were a medium, then you are in luck. So I think that's what I have right now. But otherwise, we'll make one for you. Me and Blue Unicorn shirt. Let's see. Kinger says that most people think all Canadians sound just like Bob and Doug McKenzie. Take off A. I don't know who that is. Is that a Canadian thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Development of Void, good to see you.
No, I've never even heard of Bob and Doug McKenzie.
I don't know. Okay. I'm like, pole vaults. I'm just going to put that up there because I'm cracked up.
He's going to tell us they're in Family Guy or something though, isn't he? The two of the main characters in Family Guy or something.
Oh, is it? Well, see, then I would also not know.
I'm making that up, but it could be.
Yeah. Oh, Development of a Void is dead tired. I saw the best sign today in London. It was like, it's like slow traffic pedestrians or something, but instead it said, dead slow. And I'm like, okay. Y'all are serious. Maria says jumper, which I'm also confused. I've heard that a few times, and I'm like, every time I'm like, jumper. Because to me, a jumper is the same as a romper. Is a one piece of clothing that goes from your ankles to like here and like zips up. So what is a jumper in your world?
That's a onesie.
That's a onesie. A onesie to me is what a baby wears.
And we look at adults who wear jumpers as babies.
All right, well, fair point.
Get your lazy ass into some proper grown-up clothes.
Michael Song says a bird pooped on my bonnet. Let's see. Mateus says that he's confused all the time when they're talking slang on company meetings. One of the best things that I heard from Mateus, but that cracked me up, is that he said that he's been saying y'all on him when he's talking to people. That was me. That's me, y'all. I'm a bad influence on all of Poland. That's right. Taking them over. Okay. And I'm really kind of like, I keep thinking, where are the raccoons? But I haven't seen a one. I have seen a lot of pigeons.
But Adam Burr says as well, a jumper is a cardigan. Well, yeah, it's a pullover.
A pullover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I did figure that out from context, but I was at first like, okay, you go with it. Do you? I was like that. Preston says it just started snowing outside. Preston's in Canada, but man, that's here in London today. It was warm. It says a high of 77 today. It was super warm. I'm gonna go with even hot.
Ooh.
It was the weather's been much better than I expected. Oh, okay. Michael Song says the McKenzie brothers are from Strange Brew movie, originally on SCTV, and Doug and Bob had a song. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google this, y'all.
Well, Maria says, I work from home, so I'm putting that on a sign beside my bed. Get your lazy ass into some proper grown-up clothes. Nice one, Maria. Oh, and Dwight Bailey, Mr. Guitar, good to see you.
Oh, Dwight, that's awesome. Everybody cactus up for Dwight. Okay. Many Vibes, I think, is writing a song. I met Earl Grey in London Fog. Bed and breakfast. I love it, I love it. Okay. Keith says, hello, good to see you, Keith. Trip is going amazing. I didn't really talk about it too much because I haven't been here so long as really just one day have I been going out. So but it's been amazing and I'm having a great time. Thank you for asking. Okay, so Kinger explains they're a comedic character created by Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis. How do I not know that? Okay, I should know that to typify Canadians. So I will watch the Strange Brew movie so that I don't sound like an idiot next time. We will work on that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So Mateus says, let's go to the next slide, y'all. I feel USA. Oh, take that, y'all. Yep. Good to see you, Dwight. Maria's cracking me up. So, Russ, I'm just here for another day. But, yeah. I really wish I'd known that you were here. I thought you were still gone. Uh-oh. Pookie Ann says, don't ask him what a fanny pack is. So, hold on. First off, I thought I had one right here, but I don't. I was going to be like, what do you call this?
No comment.
All right. I'll put you on the spot.
I'm not talking about those on a live stream.
Kinger says that it's only 7 Celsius for you. Wow. Oh, and then Maria says the Strange Brew movie was inspired by Macbeth. Y'all are smarter than me. Andy Cal just says tea joke. Does that mean we should make one? Or is there a tea joke in the thing? Hold on.
And Andy Cal says, married, kids, Mr. Smith, or pass? Well, I'll pass on the question.
Okay. So far, Andy's 2 for 2. Like, you might be, any more questions, Andy, that Mr. Smith won't answer? Let me know.
All right, Andy, let's put it this way. Do you think anybody would want to marry an idiot like me who plays drums 24/7? No, not a chance.
Oh, Keith H. says he can't get over what they call a men's shirt.
What?
I don't know. What do you call a men's shirt?
Do we have a name for that in Britain? What?
Okay, Keith, you've stumped him.
I don't know what you mean.
All right, Keith, what do they call a men's shirt? Anon Mouse says my fanny isn't where those packs are usually worn. I don't know what you call that one face, but it's like. Oh, the Maria. Adam's like, it's called a shirt.
Yeah, it's just a shirt.
Did y'all trick me? You suck. You know I'm not smart. Fine. Oh, Keith says I've heard guys call it a blouse.
No, that's for women.
Just women's shirts or blouses.
Blouses are women's, shirts are
So
men's.
Preston's also heard blouse. So, I don't know.
Oh, that'll be the standard way of describing it, but anything goes now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can wear a blouse.
Whatever.
There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Blouse is a fancy shirt. I don't think, even as a woman, I don't think I own a blouse. I'm not sure that I don't think I do. I have to look when I get home. Adam Burst is like, nope, with blouses for women. Andy says crackers are cookies and crisps are chips.
Yep. Yep.
And then Kinger's just like, pantaloons? And I don't know how to answer. Like, yes? I'm not exactly sure. Pantaloons? Yeah, Karen says, nowadays anything goes. Anyone can wear a blouse. Well, awesome. Okay, so what? Let me think if I have any. Is anybody in the chat have any more questions for Mr. Smith before we get out of here today? Because it is here. Because I did promise him that I would only keep him for an hour, and I lied. It's already over that.
Is it?
But yeah, you didn't even say anything, which I'm impressed. Preston, I'm going to say this because it just cracks me up. Even assless chaps are in vogue somewhere, and that's truth. Somewhere. Andy says lorries are trucks and lifts are elevators. Well, I can't. This is not English. Okay, so Anonymous has this quote. I actually know this. Do women's blouses button on the opposite side so they're easier for men to undo? No. But it is true that I think it began because women's shirts would have so many buttons and they would have attendants who would button their shirts. And I heard that one time, that so they're to help button up if you have someone else helping you button.
Is that worldwide standard?
I don't think it is anymore. I think it used to be. Does anybody know if it's still? Maria's just saying now we're just saying words. Mushy peas. That was Laura. Knickers.
Many Vibes has asked, what is a bloke? A bloke's just a man.
A bloke is a man. Is a bloke like? Is it say anything? It's just that it's a man.
Oh no, you just say some bloke down the road. So it usually.
But you're not being mean, because it does sound a little mean. Not gonna lie.
No, it just basically means somebody you don't know that you're identifying as male.
Okay, it does sound a little like one that you said Scouser. Really thought you were saying it was like that was mean, but evidently that's just somebody who's from Liverpool. Is that what it is?
It is a scout.
That cracks me up because it sounds like I'm like, oh, what did he do? And you're like, no, he's from Liverpool. We're talking about Millennial Animal here, and I was like, oh no, I love Sean. Why are you calling him that?
No, Scouse is just it's the colloquial for somebody from Liverpool.
All right, well, so Andy Cal's gonna try one more time, and he's like, address and phone number.
Address and phone number. No, what I will do, Andy, though, is I will email you my OnlyFans. If you subscribe to that, then you'll get access to all that kind of stuff.
Wow! Yeah. Let's see if anybody can put the link to that in the chat. Thank you, James. It's so good to see you. I've been missing you. Keith H, you were so awesome. I appreciate that. He sent in a $10 super chat for a coffee.
Wow.
I could use that because, gotta say, coffee's expensive here, y'all. Everything's a little more expensive in London, especially after you've just spent a couple weeks in India, where everything is super much cheaper. All right, Sunshine has some pretty important information that pole vault does have assless chaps. So
no.
Pole vault says also cricket is a bug, which
Michael Songs says, good question, Robbie. What type of sticks, Mr. Smith?
Oh.
My go-to sticks are Vic Firths, 5As, wooden tips. Although I have been using grip sticks recently, which is slightly extended. I think the 32 instead of 31. But recently I've just been buying cheap sticks off eBay because I've been smashing them to pieces. I've been playing drums for 5-6 hours a day minimum at some points, and I've just been smashing through them. So I'd much rather build my channel up and get sponsorship before I basically get a mortgage for more drumsticks. You know? But yeah, Vic Firths are my go-tos, 5As, wooden tips. Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. I love, so Sunshine called pole vault out that he has assless chaps, and pole vault says, they're just chaps. I am assless. And that cracks me up, y'all. Like, what is he talking about, sticks? I don't know. But these assless chaps are not in my head. So I'm going to post a link up to, if you need to help, if you would like to support Mr. Smith's drumstick habit, so we can help out on that. Keith asks, why do they call a bathroom a loo? That's a good one.
No, the bathroom isn't the loo. The toilet is the loo. Oh, the
toilet is the loo.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what he's saying. Why is the toilet the loo?
I have no idea at all.
Oh, okay. Well, then you know everything about. Why did we get you here if you're not the expert on all things UK? Andy points out it is easier to cuss with an English accent.
Fucking right, mate.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Or as Russ would say, bollocks.
Mini Vibe says the Beatles were from Liverpool.
No.
And Russ says Mickey Mouse or Scouser. Which makes total sense to me right now.
That's Cockney rhyming slang.
Sneakers are trainers, says Maria.
Yep.
Andy Cal is, he can't unsee the assless chaps comment. He's a little shook now.
Can everybody stop saying pole vault in assless chaps?
No, it's cracking me up. Mini Vibe says, what's the best recommendation for tourists in London? Have you spent a lot of time in London? I know you live.
With me?
Yeah, you live up north, right?
No, London's for wankers like Russ.
Oh, no.
Why would I want to go there? You know, it's all crap.
Well, Russ says number one recommendation is to visit Russ.
I'm joking, Russ. I love you, really. Yeah, well, if you go to the centre of London, it's really good. I mean, it's just great to have a walk down the Thames to see the Eye and to see everything. Some of the buildings are just fabulous. There's a heritage that you can kind of feel in London, which is different to most Americans. It'll be really apparent, I think, the heritage. You wander around and you can see buildings from the 1600s.
Oh wow!
You know, it's sort of, yeah, it's a heritage place, really. Yeah, but then on the flip side of it as well, it's got a really bright scene about it. There's always something happening in London. Always. There's always something to do. There's always somewhere to go. There's always something to see. And the musicals in London, some of them are fabulous. You know, I mean, stuff like Mamma Mia and that kind of thing. I bet you there's a Back to the Future musical somewhere.
No. My hotel is really like close to all these things, and I've been looking at all the at these musicals, and I'm thinking about it. And it's really true. I woke up this morning and the road was closed and I couldn't figure out why. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to go with 12 million people ran by me. Some type of half marathon. And one was the best one. So there was mostly just everybody running. But there are some people who are in costume. You know, some was just like tutus or something. One guy is dressed as big ketchup bottle. Like he's a giant ketchup bottle. And it's like Heinz ketchup, and he's running, and then like not maybe 100 feet behind him, here's a hot dog, like trying to catch up.
Oh no!
Yeah, I did. But he was, and I was just sad that I was not like ready with the film to be able to see that because it blew my mind. So I want to say hi to Independent Mini United. Good to see you, Indy.
Well, Robbie asked drumheads. Remos, yes. I currently am playing Remo black suede heads, but I'm using an Evans G2 Dot on the snare drum. Because it just sounds nicer. I don't like the black suede head on the snare.
Oh.
Basically, but the black suedes have got loads of attack, but not masses of sustain. They're really nice to
Are they
record
black and suede?
They are black, and they have they're not suede, but they have a slightly matte sheen to them. And they just have a particular, they've got a really heavy attack. And they particularly suit recording well, especially with the way my kit's set up at the minute with open bottom toms.
Oh, I love this. Big shout out to Andy Cal for his $9.99 super chat. That is awesome. Really appreciate you.
Hey, and Robbie as well. It's nice to have an opportunity to just have a bit of a chat with you as well.
Right?
Nice one, man.
As a drummer.
Yeah, just as a drummer. And I love watching your stuff with the gongs and the
he is the gong father, y'all, if you're not aware of Robbie Stingle.
Yeah, some great stuff.
Father.
Some good stuff.
I like Preston Smith has answered the question for us about the Lou. It probably what happens when a Lou or a John pissed off a king. Because they're all Lou's and Johns now. I think that is right.
Well, something I was going to say, Robbie, as well was I've watched you quite a bit now play drums, and I don't know whether you caught the comment that I made to you. It's just a suggestion. That's all it is. It's just a suggestion. I would be interesting to see you try it. I would like to see you raise your snare drum by maybe 2 inches.
Ooh, what would that do?
It's. I think I can see that the extension on his arm is a little long. And I think it would make playing much more fluid for you if you did that. Yeah, I'd like to see it. It might feel strange at first. It always feels strange when you change setup, but us drummers are always after that way. It's ergonomics. It's basically ergonomics because it's a drum track is almost choreographed routine because you literally have to get this to there and then back and this to there and back, and you make it easy on yourself. So you set your kit up how it's comfortable for yourself. But sometimes we get in our own way and we don't realise some things that are going on, and it takes somebody else to point it out. So I personally like to see you just raise your snare drum a little bit, and I think it would make it a little bit more fluid for you. And to answer your question, Robbie, do I ever tape my heads? Sometimes I do, but more often than not I just use moon gels now.
I don't know what any of those words meant. What does it mean to tape your drum?
So when you have, particularly with a drum with a top and bottom head on, if you imagine you hit the top head and it moves a column of air, which moves the bottom head, and then it fires it back up, and that provides a chamber that it resonates in.
Oh wow.
When you take some tape and put it on the top head, you hit the top head, the air moves down, it hits the bottom, it's rebounded back up, and then it's stopped because the tape stops the vibrations of the top head. So you get effectively, you take the ring out of the drum. Yeah.
Andy Cal says, hopefully you're not a Brahmi. Now, is that sounds like an insult. Was that one an insult?
Yeah, that's bad. Right, I don't come from Birmingham, you know.
Oh, okay. Hello to the DD Files. Great to see you. I did put up a link to your Cash App for the Mr. Smith Drumstick Fund, because as we heard, he goes through way too many drumsticks. Russ feels also a lot of heritage when he visits London. Or I guess he lives here, because he feels the heritage I feel is being pickpocketed. Which so many people have warned me about, that I felt like super duper, like, I'm going to put everything in this inside the pocket underneath the thing and nobody can get it. So I'm a little afraid. I don't know if I need to be this afraid. But there are so many people. I went just kind of all walk around like Trafalgar Square and stuff, and there were so many people in some of these little side streets that I could see how like quick it would easily be for somebody to just kind of brush by you and you wouldn't even notice for a block, because there are a lot of people here, as in the tourist areas especially. Pookie Ann says Hyde Park is huge too. That Edward Richard had recommended that, and also there's he said there's paddle boats in Hyde Park. And so I think I thought about doing it today, but because of that half marathon, that was in Hyde Park today. So I decided to walk the other direction. So today's walkabout was as far away from Hyde Park as I can get. But I definitely want to still see Hyde Park, and I still want to see Denmark Street. So those are two of my big ones. But today I did get to see things like Big Ben and the Eye, and so that, yeah. I'm loving being a tourist.
I've just seen another comment from Robbie. Yes, cymbals can eat the sticks, Robbie. However, if your cymbals are eating your sticks, your cymbals are at the wrong angle. Because you shouldn't be hitting, if the cymbal's like this, if your stick is hitting the edge of the cymbal like that, you are getting it wrong, basically.
Huh.
The cymbal should be angled and the stick should play through. If you can see that, that's
Okay.
all. It's mainly the rim shot on the snare drum that chews through sticks, because most people don't know, but when you play a snare drum, I'll use this as a bit of a teaching tool. Imagine this is a drumstick and this is the drum head. Most people think you hit a drum head with the tip of the stick.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's true. However, there's a technique called rim shotting as well. So when you hit the drum head and the rim of the drum, which is metal, at the same time, and it provides an attack point, so it makes the snare snappier. There's a click to it on the top end when you hit it. So quite often on the chorus, a drummer will hit the rim shot for the chorus to make the drum pick up a bit. In the snare, in the verses, we'll just hit with the tip of the stick and we won't rim shot it, or we'll flip it into the chorus. Most rock music, you're just bashing the crap out of it, basically. But if you want to get into the finer details of it, rim shotting is what breaks your sticks usually. And like I say, if you're smashing sticks on your cymbals, you're going to do two things. You're going to break your cymbals and break a lot of sticks. But your cymbals should be angled so that you play through it more.
Very good. So definitely, if you want more drum tips and tricks, be sure to follow Mr. Smith's video, because he's got more drum lessons to come, and there's already some. You got to start with the ones we got, work on those, and then we'll have more. And then also check out the 4Q that's coming up soon if you've got some questions for that. We can learn more about drumming and music. So let's see. Okay,
Preston says you can't do rim shot on V drums. It depends what your module is, Preston. The modules in the Roland range, everything up above the TD6V does rim shots and they're programmable into it. But it needs to be a dual zone pad, basically. So you can do them, but you just need the right module and the right pad.
Nice. So Kinger asked, are there not carbon fiber sticks?
Yes, there are.
What do you think about that? Is that like instead of wood?
Yes, it is.
Wood, yeah.
Yeah, they're a very different feel. So there's no forgiveness in a carbon fibre stick. It's a little bit like playing with a metal bar. It's surprising how much flex there is in a wooden stick. And carbon fibre sticks, they're very different. There's no flex in them, and the transfer of energy is straight from the tip to the grip. Whereas with a wooden stick, it's not. It's more located towards the balance point of the stick, which feels different as well. And carbon fibre sticks can be quite tiring on the wrists because of that, because they transfer all the energy straight down. So they're not comfortable to play for long periods of time. But they do give a different sound as well. It's subtle, it's very subtle, but it'll come across, particularly if you're recording cymbals, carbon fibres, because there's a much more top end attack out of the carbon fibre stick.
Yeah. So Marsh Rabbits made a joke about playing with drums with a baseball bat. And then we got one that cricket bat might be better. Have you ever tried that?
I have put my fist through my drums at times.
No,
yeah.
that's probably not advised, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because you've got to be careful with playing drums as well.
Yeah.
It can get you a bit het up, and if it doesn't go right, you can get a bit angry. So I have to be careful, you know.
Right. Many Vibes says we need stick twirling lessons, and yes. And also, do you do a lot of stick twirling? I don't know that I've seen you twirl a lot. Is that part of your repertoire?
Why?
Oh, okay.
What for?
It's to look fancy, and I agree
I'm
with
okay
the
for
many
that.
vibes. It looks fancy.
I'm not really bothered for looking fancy. I'd rather get the drum track right. But
That's
but I
true.
can show you how to do it, many vibes, no problem.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
can
all
do
right.
that.
Let's do a drumstick twirling lesson.
I'd need some sticks to do it with. I don't have any at the moment.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I was at I was trying to get this, set up, and I'm like, could you do it just you, not the drums, because I feel like sometimes you are always drumming. Every time we see you, you're behind that drum set, and
Yeah.
so I appreciate that you moved your camera a little bit. So Sunshine is appreciating all your drumming tips. And Russ did say everyone knows you don't trust the drummer.
Exactly. Never trust the drummer.
Never trust a drummer.
No, and never let your children date a musician.
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
If they come home and tell you that they're seeing a musician, put them into therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and I mean, I think as a musician, I agree with that completely, 100%. Lauren puts out there's 30 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. So Preston says they need to figure out a way to have composite sticks that bend. That's a really good one. Carbon wrapped wooden drumsticks. We're all thinking of good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there could be something in that. There could be legs in that.
They have carbon fiber sticks for hockey players. Twirling sticks is about the only thing that Preston can do with the drumsticks. So,
Marsh Rabbit says drummers get all the poon because they get seen whirling their sticks around. Not true, Marsh Rabbit. It's to do with a good rhythm and lots of stamina, which guitarists don't have.
You're also a guitarist, though, right?
As a side note, yes.
Okay. My chat's going a little crazy, but and again, did promise Mr. Smith I would only keep him an hour, and here we are at an hour and a half. So I'm really great with time management, if you've all noticed. So Maria said that she thought that stick twirling was a hand exercise or stretch for drummers. Is it?
It's another little trick to learn. I suppose it's when you can flip a coin across your knuckles, you can roll a coin.
No, I cannot. But I've seen people do that.
It's the same. Yeah. It's the same thing. If you really.
I also can't swirl a drumstick.
Well, if wasting your life in such a fashion is good for you, then do it. Learn to roll that coin across your knuckles, but it's not going to do anything for you. And twirling sticks doesn't do anything musical for you.
Yeah.
So I've never.
But for the audience, we're like, woohoo, twirl that stick.
Woo! Yeah.
No, I like it. Gary Hubs is here. Great to see you, Hubsy. Thank you for hanging out. James, you were awesome. James has put up the Mr. Smith Drum Lessons link. Please check that out. It's a playlist for that. And Randy Cal says the rule is never date a drummer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Never date with him. Just sleep with him.
Edward Richards says, I recommend everybody looks at Robbie's Sunday Sounds after the Flockin' Show. That's a great idea. Robbie, if you're here, don't, put up the link one more time. Marsh Rabbits is making some harp jokes.
It's good to see a lot of people there as well.
Right, there's a ton of people here.
Mr. Hobbs, good to see you.
It's hard to quit y'all when there's so many people.
Yeah, in fact, give Hubs a bit of a mention as well, because Ninth Gate, the band that Hubs and Frank Terzo and Hetriani and myself have formed, for want of a better term, we have a new song coming real soon. It's in the process now. It's been mixed, I think.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hubs is right. A drummer twirling sticks is akin to a bartender tossing bottles around. It's all just show. It's all show.
Yeah, but when Tom Cruise did it, it was so cool. Nice.
And Robbie says, is 4 gongs enough? Never, Robbie.
No.
Never. Not
4
even
gongs
close.
is not enough.
It's not.
No.
But I would like to see some mini gongs. Does anybody do mini gongs?
Mini gongs would be nice.
You could have because you can get mini cymbals, can't you? A little.
Oh yeah.
So I'd like to see some mini gongs if anybody does them. You know.
I want to say hi to Rhett. Mixed Club just showed up. We're gonna go now. Hugh Caldwell, hello. We were talking about you earlier, and then we decided that you were taking a nap.
Oh, in fact, I've got a question for Robbie about sticks. So, Robbie, you mentioned to me when you got I think it was the 30-inch. I think you were coveting a 32 next, but I think you got a 30-inch gong, and you mentioned that you had an aluminium mallet. Why so?
We call that aluminum.
So,
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, what's the difference with the mallet? And I'm Spartacus.
Oh, well, Robbie loves you. We got Ninth Gate song is in the mixing stage. That's very exciting.
Yes.
Spartacus sounds about right. All right, I made it to the end of the chat, y'all, and I'm fairly caught up. I'm proud of me.
Woo!
Thank you, everybody. Man, there's 37. I hate to quit when there's 37 people.
Keep going.
But I do want to say thank to everybody who's been hanging out and who watched my pre-recorded shows. I will be back in town on Friday for Friday Song Club back in Colorado. And I might be passed out, but I will be there. Might be a little jet lagged. And then Saturday, I have a show that I'm hopefully going to be streaming from 300 Suns in Longmont. Blue, if you're watching, you should come up. Or come down. Yeah, Blue lives north of me. But, so I will have some regular live shows coming up for the next foreseeable future, unless I go on another vacation or holiday, which I gotta say I'm really enjoying, because I haven't been traveling around so much, and I'm really freaking enjoying this whole, I guess I'm on week 3 now. So thank you so much. Maria says great show, I really appreciate you. Pole Vault says he's put out a new one, so check out Pole Vault's channel. Keith says go enjoy the city. I'm going to. It's I'm hoping to go take some photographs of Chinatown at night. I meant to do it yesterday, but then I got tired. So I'm gonna do it today, because that's gonna be a lot of fun. So Andrew Jackson Music's showing up. Good to see you. Guess where I am? I'm still kind of far from you, but closer to you than ever, Andrew, because I'm in London.
Hello, Karen Reese.
Oh yeah, I love Karen. Steve-O says that he painted a miniature gong on his rock for Robbie, the Gong Father. I love that.
Class.
Pookie Ann's, that's a great show. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Pookie.
Indy, hello as well. And Hugh, good to see you, bro.
So also check out, we did our song, me and Mateus. Make sure you're following him for all good things, but also the new song that we just put out, which again, I don't have a link to, but if you want to put it again, please do. Big love to Mini Vibes to Dennis Ellis.
Yay, Dennis!
Yeah,
good to see you.
Anon says you didn't get your promised shorts this India trip, and this is true because I sucked at it. I did not get as good cow footage as last time, but I do have some videos that are still sitting in my phone that hopefully will get put up on YouTube. That's the hard part for me, is the putting it up. Big love to you, Michael. Thank you so much. And thanks, Karen. Robbie says is calling out Steve-O's got a beautiful gong. Oh. Blue Unicorn's not feeling well, y'all, so I'm really sorry, and I hope you feel better soon.
And a nice one for the gong mallet answer, Robbie. Thank you.
Edward says what time is it in London, and it's 7:40, which again is 40 minutes past when I promised Mr. Smith I was going to be done. So,
is it that late?
Yeah, I'm really not good with time management. Not at all. This has been a problem my entire life. Chad's been listening and lurking. Big love to you, Chad. Here we go. Mateus has put out the link. So we're going to leave out, and we're all going to go check out this link to me and Mateus' song. So as you leave, don't forget to push can I make this? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to make this a pinned comment, y'all. Look at me being all YouTubey. So as we leave out, let's check out new song by Mateus and myself.
Mastered by Jade Star.
Mastered by Jade Star. Good point. Good point.
Love you, Jade.
Yeah, big
Proper love you.
Thanks, Mars. Appreciate you. Lars Guitars, great to see you. He's been lurking on tracks.
Excellent.
I like Fairly Well.
Andrew Jackson, you hate me.
Right?
Wow.
We just talked about you earlier too, Andrew. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to everyone in Canada. And Chad says that he's on Jade's show this Thursday. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll be back for that. So I will definitely be tuning in to Chad Freeman interview on Jade Star show.
Really important point here. Andrew Jackson has explained Lou comes from the Scottish Guard, Lou, which they shouted before chucking poo out of the window back in the day. So you'd shout Lou when you were flinging your shit. Because they used to throw the bucket of shit out of the window into the gutter.
All right, we're going to end on that note. That's great. I'm horrified by all Scottish people now. I'm going to be watching if I walk near any windows.
I thought it was monkeys that flung poo from trees, but it's apparently Scottish people as well.
But yeah. Let's see. Everybody's talking. We got some football players, and Russ did mention there's American football here in London today, and I missed that too. I didn't even know. Steve-O, thanks so much. Everyone's like, Lou! Everyone, now, I think from now on, just as a group, next time you poo, scream Lou.
Gary Hubbs has said, I shall never fling my shit in silence again.
Thank you.
Oh, quality.
Yeah. I think that would really be good on embroidered on a pillow.
Poo in my diaper said, did somebody say poo?
Oh, this is what we need. If you hear someone yell Lou, just run. I didn't. Now that I know this, might be cutting the trip short.
Anon-Mouse says, I'm leaning towards the Luless bucket chuck.
I don't even know Russ's comment. I don't know if you can read that. Because I don't understand. Monkey hangers.
What? Monkey hangers? What on earth is that?
Okay, at least it's not just me being confused. Indy's just, I think, you really summed up this chat. Okay. Yeah, don't look up. If you hear don't look up.
Don't look up.
Yeah, maybe this could be very true that Gigi Allen could be British. Because that would make more sense now that we know about this. Maybe Scottish. Okay. Well, on this wonderful note, 45 minutes after the promised time, I'm going to let y'all go. But thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to go up to the pinned comment at the top and check out me and Mateus's brand new song, Mastered by Jade Star. That should be pinned to the very, very top of the chat. So let's all go over there, take a listen, leave a comment so we know you listened, and I will see everybody on Friday for Friday Song. I don't know what day it is. On Friday for Friday Song Club in regular time back in Boulder, Colorado. So I'll see you all there, and Chad's got love and positivity back to you. I think this is how we need to end. Yay. Thank you, Pole Vault. Hope you feel better soon. Oh, okay, this is good too. Mr. Smith has a very pleasant laugh, and it's great to hear it. That's so sweet.
Bless you.
And then Gary says, we got some shit flinging lessons. And we did. We did. All right, we'll see everybody over at Mateus's right now. Next time we'll talk about cornhole, Dennis. Don't let me forget. Let's start early. All right, everybody. So I'll see you on Friday. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks especially to Mr. Smith Video for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it.
It's been a real pleasure.
Awesome.
And everybody, love you all. Deal with it.
Ha. Bye, guys.